Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, all praise is due to Allah, the most just and the most merciful. We thank Him for the gift of health, guidance, and the opportunity to gather here today. May peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the shining example of compassion, fairness, and mercy for all of mankind. To the honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear audience, it is an honor to stand before you. Today's topic touches more than just statistic or system. It speaks to our hearts about how we treat people in their most fragile moments, when they are sick, in pain, and in need. Islam teaches us that justice is not just a principle, it's a responsibility we must live by. Islam teaches that justice isn't only for courtrooms or government. It begins with us. In Surah An-Nahl, verse 90, Allah commands, "Indeed, Allah commands justice, good conduct, and giving to relatives, and forbid immorality, bad conduct, and oppression." This verse reminds us that being fair, kind, and generous is not a suggestion, it's an obligation. One area where this command must come alive is in healthcare. Everyone deserves the right to be healthy and safe. No one should be denied care because of poverty, distance, or status. We have seen painful examples around us. Not long ago, in Batam, a BPJS patient was reportedly denied care at RSUD Embung Fatimah, and tragically, he passed away. The case sparked national outrage and drew a response from the Ombudsman. This heartbreaking event reminds us, sometimes it's not the illness that kills, but injustice itself. If we truly care about justice, these are the moments we must confront. But Islam doesn't leave us helpless. It offers real living solutions rooted in compassion. Through zakat and sadaqah, we are taught that wealth is a trust, not just a possession. Giving is not just charity, it's accountability. When we support health programs, fund clinics, or help a neighbor in need, we were not just doing good, we were worshipping. The Prophet Muhammad also once said, "Whoever relieves a believer's distress, Allah will relieve his distress on the day of judgment." Helping others is a path to healing, not only for them, but for our own souls and society. Islam also teaches the concept of maslahah, seeking the public good and removing harm. This means we must build systems that serve everyone, the young, the elderly, the poor, and the forgotten. From mental health to emergency care, from prevention to recovery. Our communities must work together. We are not just taught to pray for mercy, we are taught to be that mercy. That means raising our voice for fairness, demanding ethical leadership, and making sure healthcare is built not just for profit, but for all people. In closing, let us ask ourselves, what does justice look like in real life? It looks like standing up for the weak. It looks like lifting those who are left behind. It looks like mercy in action. We are sincere in following Islam, then we must be voices for justice, not only in words but in effort. Let us build a society where compassion is not the exception but the expectation. May Allah guide us to be heart of mercy, voices of truth, and hands of healing. Amin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.